What's up, friends? This is Manni, and today I have something really insane for you. The Magnetar being one of the most damaging weapons on the light weapon category and refilling the battleship meter extremely quickly, which means you can basically make orbital bombardments on the entire map indefinitely. Every few seconds, just having a Kale battleship ready to decimate the enemy, that sounds amazing. And also, we're gonna hard carry this match like rarely ever seen before. So if you're ready for this, let's go, ladies and gents, let's have some fun. 600 meters range, instant damage arrival, together with lockdown effect, and then also tremendous amounts of damage. We're talking almost Tamer amount of damage. When I say almost, maybe it is the same level of Tamer. We're gonna test that in another video coming up. But for now, let's enjoy this right here, okay? Some absolute destruction. Also, I should probably say, there is another YouTube channel of mine that I haven't really mentioned here much. It's dedicated to PC gamers with high-end graphics and first-person experiences. Because you know that I'm already doing Call of Duty Mobile here on this channel too, but on this other channel, it's PC first-person shooters that with the Unreal Engine 5 have become so realistic. They look photorealistic at this point. It's almost impossible to even distinguish the game from reality, especially since they're making use of a new technique using a body cam perspective. So look how fast this Crisis died there in 3 shots, a little delayed. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, ladies and gents, I put the link down in the video description pinned comment, also in the top right corner. It leads you directly to the channel where you can find all these recent videos, and one is more awesome than the other. You gotta check him out if you are interested in PC first-person shooters with incredible graphics, okay? If you're purely motivated for mobile games, don't bother with it, okay? But if this is something for you, check it out, because I'm guessing many of you didn't even know about this channel yet, because I wanted to start it independently of this channel, actually. I wanted to start this as a new, fresh YouTuber, basically, without much mention of it. And that worked actually really well. So, yeah, now maybe it's time for you to learn about this one. The channel is called Manni Plays. You see it here on screen. Anyways, let me hard carry the rest of this match. You see we're actually losing the battle, even though I'm playing like a freaking monster, okay? I have not lost a single robot, already made a lot of kills, but, dude, the enemy is just flattening my team. But, hey, without me, this team would be so doomed here. And these 6 Magnetars are gonna change this battle completely. Do you know that the Tamer has received a nerf with the 9.7 update that she recently hit? That means it does 30% less damage now. And again, I'll make a test, maybe in the next video even, where I put these weapons against each other and show you the old Tamer versus the new Tamer 2, maybe, to see how much change actually happened, and if the Magnetar is now the better weapon. It could be. Personally, I think the lockdown may be a more powerful effect than the rust effect, especially after the rust effect has been reworked a little bit. But being able to lock someone down is not just an offensive strategy to keep dealing damage to them, it's also a defensive strategy. Somebody's following you with an Ohokochi, you just lock him down with 3 or 4 shots and you walk around the corner into safety, right? Something you could not do if you were firing rust weapons and you would just deal some rust damage to him, but not real damage since he is using his ability. So, yeah, very interesting. These Magnetars have completely surprised me. We're running the Max Mark III versions of the Sheriff Magnetar here, so the limited edition with slightly more damage output, I think 5% more, if I'm not mistaken. And these things are they're just hitting hard, man. And also, it's a fixed reload. You fire for a really long time, comparatively speaking, for the amount of damage you're doing, and then you just reload for 5 seconds and you're ready to go. No continuous slow recharge like other weapons have. No, you just go right back into full damage output mode after it. And you can see now why our team is losing. We had this Ophion here and the Ohokochi to the right completely blasting my team away. So despite all my best efforts, we were still losing to this point. These guys were just carrying so hard, I could, as one player, simply not counter carry it hard enough. But now we're starting to really go crazy. We have 2 freaking Newton boys on us, But I have the Kale Battleship ready to send it onto one of the Newtons, and then I'm going down so that the Newtons can't lift me back into having both of them shoot me. But I'm hovering right now again. Thankfully I didn't lift up, I just hovered in place. And from here I'm actually one-on-oneing the Newton. However, this is the Dagon I built with a maximum shield, fastest shield recharge, and so on. So this thing regenerates its shields as fast as the enemy Newton deals damage, or even faster for that matter, because even with 2 Newtons shooting me, sometimes I can take it without actually losing my shields. And for the very big emergencies, I have a phase shift ready to block and let some of the damage go into Nowhere's Land, okay? So we're popping down into cover, but I'm hovering again. This is this crazy thing about these stupid Newtons, is that they can keep you in a choke loop. Just 2 of them are basically enough to keep you choke looped almost indefinitely. Thankfully, again, I didn't get up because I was trying to fall. I just got hovering in space. I was a little lucky on my part there. But you see, this guy there, Kolobok his name is, he definitely did not expect to be firing for such a long time onto one single robot. He can't do it. He just can't do it. For the last 3 minutes, I've been wasting his time, making kills on kills on kills, basically drawing in almost a draw already. 22 versus 23, and he's still doing it. He's still pulling me up. He's still trying to deal damage. If I was him, at this point, I would have long learned that there is no point to firing at this Dagon. It's not useful. It's more useful to do something else in the meantime. Shooting at my other Titans and stuff like this, right? But, well, maybe not all the Noobtons players are necessarily the best to adapt to new situations. I would just say it very carefully like that. I see this guy's shield breaking, so I instantly phase shift through it. It was an interesting move because he threw the turret in my face and started shield breaking. So the turret would have shield broken me too. Now, finally, we are actually in a 24-23 lead. Now imagine how this match would have looked like without my Dagon carrying it. I have not given the enemy team even 1 death to count to their stats, but I've taken a lot of them away from him. So now the enemy Newton was lifted for a little bit and was shooting and getting shot, but apparently our Newton got destroyed. Oh great. Oh man, here's the freaking mute battleship. Thankfully, I think my resistance kicked in. Oh yeah, my own battleship. I used my own battleship with the jamming turret thingy to break the effect. And 24 versus 24, I have to make some kills now, ladies and gents. Let's go, we have to make a kill. I have just fallen off a weapon, so my Dagon is becoming less and less powerful from this point on, starting to lose weapons, but we're back in the lead. The enemy Okokochi is trying to book it, but gets his ability off at one more time. By the way, this was recorded before the 9.7 update, so Okokochi still almost impossible to deal any damage to unless his ability is offline. Now, he's phase shifting because his ability is finally offline. He's trying to escape, save his Okokochi life, but there is no running from this Dagon. No, sir, you're going down 26 versus 24, and unless something goes really, really badly now, we should be good. I am lifted by the Newton, and the other guy is bringing yet another damper Tamer thingy to the table. No, Subduer this time, a Curie robot. That dude is a really powerful meta player, but my meta breaks everything he's got. Everything. All his Okokochis, his Curie, none of it matters. Because this Dagon simply has so much shield he can't go through it. Unless he's shield breaking. And I'm guessing that Curies, I have never seen a Curie running shield break. I don't know why. Somehow the Curies don't utilize that. The Mars robot a second ago had it. But the Curies, I've never seen one using shield break. So I feel rather safe. And even if he did use it, I would just walk around the corner with phase shift active. So I would have to be EMP'd and shield broken at the same time. Now they're firing at our Titan, but the Titan doesn't go down. Isn't it interesting when the enemy rather shoots that Rook than your Dagon? I mean, then you're clearly doing something wrong with the tankiness of your shield if they do that. Now he's shield breaking me. The reason I got destroyed, there was a quantum sensor symbol over his head, but there was no icon showing me that he was shield breaking. So I didn't activate my phase shift. I felt safe. Pop, I was dead. By the way, at the end of this video, or before the end, we're actually gonna start a match with the same Dagon using the 6 times maxed frozen Tamers before the nerf. by the way, right? Because that was recorded before 9.7 hit. So we'll be able to compare the Tamer damage versus the Magnetar damage. And like I said in this other video, I will actually do a side-by-side comparison, measuring the time and giving you exact DPS numbers against, for example, a tanky Fenrir, finding out how much damage each of these weapons have to do, because the Tamer has to do less damage, because the Fenrir will not be able to heal passively over time due to the rust effect, whereas the Magnetar will trigger a lockdown effect instead, and reload relatively quickly too. Has lots of damage output, but has to do more damage due to the absence of rust. So that's going to be a really interesting video. It was a lot of work to cut these side-by-sides, but I think it pays off, because it looks really amazing to see it right next to each other against the same target. We all know the Tamers are incredibly overpowered, especially before the update, but even after, I'm assuming they will be. But we'll see it exactly. So, that leech was leeching me. I don't like that. Stop leeching. Please. Thank you. And now last stand is gone, and kill. Finally. Nice. By the way, I've tested this Dagon here with many different setups now, and I'm pretty sure this is the best Dagon you can build. It doesn't have last stand, so if you are getting shield broken, and you don't have your phase shift ready, you can instantly die. It can happen, you're immediately gone. But if you're not being shield broken, or you have your phase shift ready to counter it, then this Dagon is as powerful as it gets, because it has the maximum shield with the 2 fortifiers, plus the nuclear amplifier to really make the most out of every weapon setup you put on it, doing ridiculous amounts of damage, giving you a heal back when it reaches the fully stacks, and giving you even some resistance bypass as you fill up the stacks. And you see, even that flyby Ophion there barely was able to drop my shields, even though he wasn't the only one shooting. Now I have right now 3 enemies on me, and they just can't deal damage to me. Ophion goes back into his next ability. Now comes a Mars on top of the Khepri, on top of behind me a Nether and the Ophion, and then, you know, 4 players. It's finally enough to kill me, man. But dude, that has been a beast of a round. And now let's have, like I said, the same red match, even on the same map, just a different side, with the Tamers instead. Frozen Tamers without the 9.7 Nerf. Because I find it very interesting to test. I'm sure I would not have been able to insta-drop that entire Curie there with 1 clip so quickly and easily with the Magnetar. Even though the Magnetar performs immensely well, this kind of damage I think we would probably not quite have done. Or if we had done it, then at least we would have taken more time for it. Because the full clip of the Magnetar may do similar damage, but it takes a little bit more time to unload it. The Tamer just does it faster, but in return it spends more time reloading also, because, yeah, because it's having a similar reload but shoots quicker, empty, right? So you'll be spending more time reloading by comparison. But overall, these 6 Tamers are just insane. I mean, that guy is down. Wait, actually, no. He's gonna be down to last stand when the yellow hits him there. Yeah, that's right. That Curie down there, oh yes, got him down to last stand instantly. And I'm blocking all the damage on this lane. You can think of this as 1 lane. There's 3 lanes on the map carrier. You have, there, he's shield breaking. I immediately leave line of sight. You saw it? I saw the shield break symbol, instantly left line of sight. I see it again on the Fenrir, but he seems to be targeting somebody else, so thankfully I could stay there. But you can think of this as 3 lanes. The left lane, the center lane where it's elevated, and then the right lane, again, flat on the ground. Ground level like we are right now. And if I have a shield robot like the Dagon, I can actually go and use these lanes and block the whole damage for everyone behind me. So my team can still occupy the lane behind me and operate from there, deal all the damage they want without actually running risk of getting shot, because I'm in front blocking everything, right? Although the Dagon shield is not as large as, for example, an Aegis shield from a Mars robot, I think has a larger. Actually, it's hard to tell. A Demeter shield would definitely be larger. An Ares shield would be larger. They would be able to block a larger surface area of damage, but the Dagon is still good enough to block the lane and probably block 70-80% of the incoming damage there. And what's left is not dangerous enough to get through my teammates there. So really playable team setup here. Now we have a bit of a problem with this Indra to my left. I'm phase shifting through his lasso. Another reason why the phase shift is really interesting. You can cancel the lasso with the phase shift. The other Dagon doesn't have the shield bonuses, so he's gonna get completely flattened. If I open fire for half a second, his shield is gone and the rest of the Dagon follows instantly. Now, unfortunately, that very annoying Indra, who seems to have nothing else to do but to follow me around, has managed to reconnect the lasso, and this time my phase shift came literally 0.5 seconds too late. 0.5 seconds faster, and I would have been able to cancel the next lasso too. That was unfortunate, so I got hit by this one. Now we're having a bit of a serious... now we're having a serious problem in front of us. Yeah. I wonder why he's always so serious, this guy. But we're dropping him, no matter how serious he is. In case you're not getting that joke, this is a serious type. Because maybe you haven't seen it on screen yet, because this guy was always half hidden, but I know it's a serious. Now I'm actually caught in this serious loop. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, he's still there. Are you kidding me? I have to reload one more time. But he's back. He must be Manni-Gaming. He only has one weapon left. Dude, I didn't know there's another Manni-Gaming out there. There's another serious Titan. What the heck? There's two of them now? Normally you only see freaking Newtons, now you see two serious. I guess that's kind of the reason why I'm still in the game. Oh man, the freaking Indra is back with his lasso. Would you stop that, buddy? Leave me alone with your freaking lasso. Keep it to yourself, man. Alright, I have the Kale Battleship ready to have some fun with him. Boom! There's a 15% damage chunk every time it shoots. However, the Indra has a long enough transcendence to shift through it. And of course he had all his transcendence modes ready. He was like fully charged when the battle began. But apparently he had nothing other to do but to recharge everything until the battle began here. Because I was hoping if at least one of the transcendence has been used, or his phases, then my battleship would have really hit him hard. But with both of these abilities ready, yeah, there was only one of the three hits actually hitting. Phase shifting through the battleship shot. I don't know what it was. Indra comes back. Now, I don't know what range the lasso has. Look, I thought always it has 250 meters range, and then I learned I'm now past 300 and I still get hit by the lasso. But then I drop his Titan instantly with the Kale Battleship this time. How much range does the lasso have? Not when you activate it. I think activating it has 200 or 250 meters and not more. But once the lasso is connected, it goes on for a longer time. But how long exactly? It seems like 320 meters was not enough. And I still got hit by the lasso. So it must be a little more than that. Maybe 350, is that correct? Like I said, I'm not really the big Indra player, so this is something that I haven't really tested out myself. So yeah, thanks for watching, catch you in the next one, and don't forget the Manni Plays channel in the links down below. See you there, Manni off.